Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I am painting flowers and a cross. I paint with my son Owen, who is now 12 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills with a hand over hand method, and then I paint the rest. Now, this is why I need new paints. The paint that I put on there is so thick, it is not spreading. So I got, well, just keep going, you see. This is how things happen, you see. Now I've got one. The weather is changing. I live in West Virginia, and the weather is changing. And it greatly affects my paints. Plus, I'm running very low on lots of paints. So, if anyone would like to buy a painting, I've got lots to choose from. Mama needs some new paints. So, Owen had a very good day. It is spring break for him, and he had a great morning. He slept till about 6:30, and then he was very calm. He had a very calm morning. He wanted to go see his grandma, and my mom and I had already talked yesterday, and he was going, but I didn't tell him yesterday because sometimes if he knows he's going someplace exciting like his grandma's house, then he calls it upper night, up all night, but he says upper night. So he slept, and when he woke up, we had a great morning. We were talking and everything, and it was just a very good morning. Then we got ready and we went to his grandma's, and he was very excited about that. He just got to spend time with grandma, and they have such an incredible close bond, so that makes me very happy because my mama is an incredible person. And then I picked him up and we went to therapy, and for his music therapy, and I'm so excited for him because his best friend, as he calls him, from school goes to the same therapy place that Owen does for music therapy. Well, he's usually not there during the school days, so they must have had an opening or had to change the schedule or something for this week. I'm not sure why he was there. But when we walked in the door, Owen immediately saw his best friend's father in the waiting room. And he could barely contain himself. He was so excited that his best friend was there because he wasn't in the waiting room. He was back in his session. But because his dad was in the waiting room, Owen knew he was there. And so we sat there waiting for his time slot to go back for his music therapy. And not much longer, he sat there the whole time asking me about his friend and wanting to see his friend, and couldn't believe that his friend was here, and wanted his friend to go with him to music therapy, and wanted his friend to go to the park, and wanted his friend to go everywhere. And so when his friend came out of his therapy, he couldn't even speak to him. He was so excited. His face, he was smiling so big, he literally could not even think to talk to him. It makes my heart happy that he has such a friendship, and that he gets so excited. So they were finally kind of able to at least say goodbye to each other. And then he walked back with his music therapist, and I could hear him talking about her blue pants. I think he asked a couple of times, and then about his friend. And so it just makes my day that seeing your best friend can make you that excited and that happy about life. So it's truly just, it's absolutely brilliant and exciting to me that Owen has such a good, friendship with this other little boy in his school. So hopefully one day they'll be able to go and to the park and do different things or something. So one day, hopefully, his dream will come true. So when Owen was done with his therapy, he wanted to stop at the park to make sure that his friend wasn't at the park, and I was 99.9% positive that he wouldn't be at the park. But Owen wanted to go check to see if his friend was at the park. So we stopped and we stayed there a little bit, but we had his vision therapy to go to. So we went home and we got a snack, and then we went to his vision therapy. And on the way there, he asked again if his friend could come to his vision therapy. And I said, well, maybe one day, but he couldn't come that day because, he wasn't there. So earlier he had asked me if his best friend could come to his house or he could go to his best friend's house. Now, my son has a very hard time with people at our house, like people knocking on the door or even coming in if we have to have any work done. If there's just people, that it's very hard for him to process people at our house. He wants them to leave immediately, and it's a process. So for him to say that he wants his best friend to either go to his best friend's house or for his best friend to come here, it's incredibly huge. And he just wants him to go everywhere with him. And the look again, to see him just, he could barely smile. I mean, he could barely stop smiling. His face was like, it just, I just love it. It makes my day thinking how happy he was to see his friend and to have a friend that you just get that excited about to see. So I can't even explain it. I get so excited. I guess I'm like him. I got so excited. I'm sorry I'm not, the camera is right in my face, and so I just caught part of your messages, so I'll look at them when I'm done. But yeah, it is I have a hard time with anyway. It's just, life is so different. It feels so different to me. So he's right on with the whole thing. I get it. But it is definitely, a story. But I'm so thrilled he has this cool little friendship with this guy, his little friend. Makes me happy. Makes me so happy. So I don't know. I get very emotional about my boy and his friend. And he has several friends that he likes to go do things with. But for him to be this excited about his best friend, he wants him to go everywhere. He wants him to go to church, and he wants him to go just everywhere. And it's just amazing. So anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I think I'm about done with this. I'm gonna do a few little wispies. So we had a good evening. When he got home, he was still talking about his friend. He was still talking about everything. We're going to the pool tomorrow. We've got a busy day ahead. He's got his sensory therapy tomorrow. He doesn't have that as often as some of the others, but he's got that. And so we'll be going to do that tomorrow. And he wants to go to the pool. And he knew that he had to behave, and he has to sleep all night. because if he wants to go to the pool, we have to be on our best behavior. Oh, I just hit the camera. So, hopefully we'll get sleep tonight. And then Wednesday we'll probably either go back to the pool or grandma's house, and then grandma's house at night, because I may do comedy. I always sign that O for Owen, and then L and B. So hopefully, if Owen's having a good Wednesday, I'll get to go do some comedy on Wednesday night. And Thursday, he's got his therapy, so we probably won't do too much more on Thursday because it's pretty intensive for him. Thank you. And then Friday, we're going to go to the park with some friends. His birthday was the 14th, but I just figured this would be easier to have some friends on spring break with him, and we're going to get some pizza and go to the park. So it should be fun. So that was our days, and Saturday will be with Grandma, I'm sure. Well, thank you all for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.